Yeah.
Sure.
Good afternoon, guys. Thanks for letting me come out here and chat with you guys. So this past weekend, it was interesting to be on the road for us. It's new for our program since I've been here to be on the road the first two rounds. And to be honest, it was kind of cool to feel like you're in the tournament. I feel like before I was first and second. Not that I'd rather host every time, but to have the first two rounds to be on the road, it felt like an NCAA tournament. Usually it's felt like just another weekend, and then this week it feels like the tournament. But I thought we played against a really tough SIU team and handled them pretty well defensively, and then Louisville came out hot, and I thought we did a nice job of managing our emotions and ended up playing great defense down the stretch and did a nice job of taking care of that to get to this match against another Big Ten team. And that's the nature of the Big Ten, is you're going to run into them in the tournament. I think it's the third time I've been to a Sweet 16. Oh, I know it's at least the third time we've been to a Sweet 16 with 3 Big Ten teams there, and so it's kind of old hat for us. The good at it is that we know the teams, the scouting is going to be. Last week we were scrambling to get stuff on Louisville, we're scrambling to get stuff on SIU, and we got a lot of information on Minnesota. We know them well, and so that helps with the game prep, which you always say at the end of the year, it's always about how you perform, and it's really going to come down to that. We're going to all know each other. The 3 teams in the Big Ten are going to know each other, and none of us will know Hawaii all that well, but it'll be a lot about how we execute and how we perform, and I think we've been moving in a good direction despite the last weekend of the year. When we were playing for nothing, I thought we kind of slipped a little bit there. We felt like we were back on it this last week, and we felt like we executed at a high level going into, or playing against Louisville, and going into this weekend. We feel good about how we're playing.
How do you assess a Sweet 16 appearance? Is that based on how the season went? Do you feel like that was your expectation? Did you go above expectations?
Well, going into the season, we have higher expectations. We still, those are alive. Those expectations are alive. We are, once you make it, and we have the talent and the recruiting that we've had, I think the year has been frustrating because we didn't have expectations as far as where we want to finish in the Big Ten. We've never really had that. It's more about us. The tournament's a bigger deal for us, and our expectations are to advance. We want to go to Final Fours, and we want to win national championships. And so to have that still be alive, that's what our expectation is going into this weekend, is to be there. Now, the year for us was a frustrating one. One of the year you ask the players, they would say they're really disappointed in the year because we didn't get the wins. But that all goes away right now if we can continue to advance and pull something off here against a team in Minnesota who I think is exceptional. They ran away with the league. I think they won it easy. But we gave them everything they could handle at their place. We had a chance to win. We're up 2-1. So I think our kids have as much confidence as you can at this time of year going into that match. And so if we can get past that, then then we're starting to talk about the expectations that we have. We want to get beyond the Sweet 16. For better or worse, that's been where we've ended up every year that we've made the tournament. I think that's great. I think we want to go, but we've only got past that one time, and that's kind of become the expectations that we at least have to do this. I think I answered your question in all of that I said right there. Any other questions?
How have you seen Allie grow up this year?
Allie Bacinelli? Well, the best thing I said is we watched the Louisville match because we played them the first match of the year, and legitimately the ball was set that way and she's running that way, and the ball's set that way and she's running. She was lost, and I actually just met with her, and we were talking about how she had no idea what she was doing at the beginning of the year, and now I think she's one of the best blockers, if not the best blocker in the conference. I thought she was, down the stretch, was exceptional. You saw her moving up the ranks as far as blocks per set in the Big Ten, but more than that, she's just started to take over at the net. And at the end of the game, it was really exciting to see, hey, it's on the line, it's 25-25, and my 2 freshmen go make plays to win that match. And both of them really figured out how to block. Now, her offense has been up and down, and some of that's just getting her more active. But she's also, I think we'll get a lot more out of her offensively this week than we did last week. She got a little bit lost in the Louisville match. We didn't pass as well, but I think she's really grown into a great defensive player, one of the best blockers we've had.
You took Minnesota to 5 in the first week of October and lost. How do you maybe get the opposite result?
Well, I mean, you watched that match on both teams. It wasn't great volleyball either way, and it was a very up and down match. It was an early Big Ten match, and I think both teams have gotten a lot better. They've got a little bit faster in some places, a little bit as far as their tempo, so we'll have to manage that. But I think the game plan, we'll be able to put a good game plan together. And one of the keys with that was Wilhite, who hadn't played really that much into that because she had a strained ab, and when she came on the floor, I thought she turned the tide. And we had no plan because we didn't have any information to have a plan on it. I would say we did not a very good job of defending her. So I'm hoping we can kind of shore that up a little bit and give ourselves a chance. I mean, it always kind of comes down to the outsides, and if Jocelyn can do anything close to what she did last weekend, and if we can get either Strizak or Rustio to put up some points and get some kills for us and be a little bit more consistent, which obviously we're working on this week, and we can slow theirs down a little bit, then I think that's going to be the key, because I think we're going to get points other places, and we're both going to defend, we're both going to have a good game plan, we're both going to know each other. So when that's the case, it usually comes down to how the lefts are. And now we got a good one in Burks, and they got the player of the year in the Big Ten in Santana. So we'll see who can do a better job on each other.
Yeah, it's good of a career as Jocelyn's had. For you to say, she had maybe 2 of her best performances this past weekend.
Yeah.
What made her particularly elevated those 2 nights?
If I could tell you what motivates Jocelyn, I think she doesn't want the season to end. I think, it's all year her and I have been talking about trying to be a leader for the team, not just a good player for the team. It's not her nature. She really wants to be Robin. She doesn't want to be Batman. And last year I thought she was better at times because we had McMahon really wanted to be Batman, and Jocelyn gets kind of be in the back and help lead. And now she's Batman, and we needed her to be that. And I think she's been reluctant that way, and it's the end, and she knows that she doesn't, lead us. And I would say that she didn't play great against SIU. She led us great against SIU, and then she did both against Louisville. And I think we need that kind of leadership from her. And she just wants to keep playing. She wants to. That's a good motivation, I think. She doesn't want the season to end, and she doesn't want her senior year to end because I think this is maybe her last time she ever plays. And so that's good motivation for her, and she's leading the way we want her to.
Question about the way you performed and the way the league performed. Did you think you performed up to your own level and the league got better, or do you think you didn't meet your own expectations?
No, we didn't meet our own expectations. Some of that's because of youth, and some of it's because of new players. And some of the kids didn't play to the level that we were hoping that they would. And so I think the league was exactly what we thought it would be, and we didn't match the level the way that we typically have.
Anything else for Kevin?
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck this week.